All right, 97% complete on this Endurance Legends, the very last big box main career series in the game. So just one more race remain to wrap this up. And in my case, because all the tiers, all 15 tiers were unlocked right away when I, got this opened. Most likely because I've already completed Endurance Champions bonus series that they removed, I want to say last year. Has it been a year? Or has it been more than a year? I think it was last year when they started porting more of these old series over to the new motorsports section, right? So now these cars, the LMP ones, you'll find them under motorsports section, under endurance prototype, right? So this series really for the legacy players who used to farm using the legendary Le Mans 10 lappers using with the LMP ones, right? So payout isn't all that great in terms of like what you actually win. Like there is no 25% completion reward. There was 50% completion reward, which I don't remember. I think it was like 4 gold. So by 100% completing, you get 10 gold total. But of course, that's not really the reason why anybody would run through this series. This one is really for farming. And I am fairly certain once you unlock this Endurance Legends career series, I think all 15 tiers should be unlocked right away. I don't think you have to go through tier by tier. At least it wasn't the case for me, but we'll see. Anyway, so there's 6 more gold to be had in my case. So, and it's gonna be this. By the way, the interesting fact about this series, the very first tier, Endurance Legends, Red Bull Ring, we got 3 cup races with varying number of laps. This first tier allows you to use LMP ones from both years 2014 and 2015. And this is very unique because no other series in the game allows you to mix the 2 separate years LMP ones. Because starting from tier 2 through tier 5, you're only allowed to use 2014, as you can see here, right? So tier 2 and tier 5 is essentially a Le Mans 10 lapper for 2014 LMP ones, right? At different time of the day. And then starting from tier 6 on through the 15 till the end is all for 2015 LMP ones, as you can see here. So something to keep in mind. And for 2015 LMP ones, you got the endurance end. That is the 10 lapper with the rolling start. And then we have some shorter, like Daybreak Dash, and tier 13 is a 9 lapper. So slightly shorter, a little bit easier than the last one. Although, because it's a morning rendering at the 24-hour circuit is not exactly the easiest to see, at least for me. And then a couple of tiers before, you got Midnight Marathon. That is an 8-lapper night race. And then Evening Endurance is a 7-lapper. So you see how each time of the day as you move on up, you lose a lap, which means you have, it's a little bit shorter race, but also means a little less payout at the end, right? And then the tier 7 is the first 6-lapper, just a daytime, normal 24-hour race for 2015. These are all 2015 at the end. So, yes. But for this video, I'm going to try to see if I can wrap this series up since I only have 1 race remaining. And this one requires PR 3 on Tier 4. And yeah, this one got left out till the end simply because, well, all the tiers were unlocked right away. So I mainly focused on the longer races. So let's find out how long this one is. It's going to be a Suzuka West, so it can't be that long. PR93s require 8 laps. All right, so I don't think that's going to be terribly long. And once again, it is going to be a race that features the 2014 LMP1s. So for this, let's see, where's the service status for these cars? Fully serviced. How about you, Audi? They're both fully serviced, and of course Porsche, I don't have it. I'll have to run through the road to Le Mans once again. That'll be like, I don't even remember how many times I've gone through that by now. I think I've gone through like 4 separate instances. Anyway, for this one, let's just take the Toyota here. And all 2014, well, actually, all the Cup races, well, there are only Cup races in this series. That's one more thing to keep in mind. So, all Cup races in this series, Endurance Legends, they are all gonna be standing start except for the 24-hour circuit races featuring 2015 LMP1s. So those 6 lap, 7 lap, 8 lap, 9 lap, 10 lap Le Mans races featuring 2015 LMP1s. Yeah, those will be race. Those are all rolling start, but not the others. So something to keep in mind. Whoa, don't skid. So that's a little summary, brief rundown of this Endurance Legends series. I would say it's one of those goals that you might want to set for yourself in the game if you're starting out, because this is the series that is going to have the highest fame bonus race without having to run indefinitely. There are others like there's some infinite endurance races that you can do that can have, like, let's say if you got fame bonus going on, like double fame payout, and you combine that with the agent, then you get quadruple bonus on your fame points. So, of course, you have to win, and depending on what kind of friends you have, yes, the 24-hour Le Mans or longer races sometimes can be a little challenging if you're, surrounded by super fast friends. Or, yeah. But if you can pull it off, how much does the 10-lapper Le Mans races pay out when you have quadrupled the fame bonus? I think you get like over 100,000 fame points, and those races should run about somewhere around 26, if you're really fast, 26 minutes and change, but generally for me it's about 27 minutes for those 10 laps. So I think 2015 or 2014 10 lappers are a little bit easier because it's not a rolling start, so you don't have to chase down the leader as far. But I'm so much more used to the 2015, the Nissan GTR LM, that I generally get a better result from. Well, I can still win the 2015 LMP1 even with some faster TSMs. So yeah, that's what I mean. You gotta practice, right? You gotta get the track down, get familiar with the behavior of the car, so you can figure out exactly how far you can push these cars at circuits, long circuits like Le Mans. Because if you miss your apex before you enter into one of those longer straights like Mulsanne Straight, your loss in time is just compounded by that much. And on the other side, if you nail it perfectly, of course, you have the opposite effect of getting super great time on your lap. So, and since you get 10 laps to do it, you get 10 instances to practice it. So that's a good practice, and the payout isn't so bad. So that's why everybody is so gung-ho about getting to that series or getting to that race and winning that race. So that should be, if you, as I said, if you're fairly new to the game, that could be one of your later goals, since these cars are not cheap, and to get here you will end up spending quite a bit of resources. It's a main career big box series you cannot skip. Like, by purchasing a car, none of those main big box series will automatically unlock. Let's see, at least nowadays, if you reach certain driver level, you can unlock different tiers. Like, let's see, it used to be level 100 used to be what was required to unlock the legend section. I don't know if it's still the case. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but yeah, that's the way it used to be. So by that I mean you don't necessarily have to complete elite section in order to start going through legend section if your level is high enough. But of course, so yeah. But what I was gonna say is, if you are at level 100 or plus, I feel like you probably would have gone through, if you're just racing it normal, you would have gone through every big box series in the game, kind of sequentially. In my case, because I got migrated from before they started doing this career and so on. Yeah, that's how long I've been at this. Like, very early rendition back in 2013 when they first released the game. The game was organized quite differently. Like, if you own a car, you can race all the series that car is featured in completely non-linear fashion, right? So by that logic, if you buy one of these LMP1s, you would be able to race in every series that this car is featured in. So back then, the game was organized very differently. So it worked out. And since I started back then, I had some later series unlocked when they reorganized the game. So yeah, it's just kind of funny how that works out. Anyway, there it is. Some 7 minutes and 28 seconds. I guess the daily fame bonus was 50% today. So some 50% added to my fame. So I suppose otherwise it would have been, what, maybe 5,000 fame points, somewhere around there, a little bit higher. So, well, that does it for Endurance Legends. Pretty short race. Still managed to, I guess, 8 laps around Suzuka West. Does put the car in red. I know, if I raced cleaner and focused a little bit more, maybe I would have gotten better results in terms of how much wear and tear this car was gonna suffer. But anyway, so 100% completion reward is whopping 6 gold. So don't expect to, win a whole lot of gold just by simply 100% completing this series, but that's kind of besides the point in this one. There we go. The very last career big box series done, 100% complete, 35 gold trophies. So that means 35 cup races available in this series. All right, so if you have been playing for a while, I'm sure you have this access already and maybe you completed it. But if you are fairly new to the game, you would need to go through actually this expensive Ferrari series and the McLaren generations. You don't need to do Motor Fiesta 1 anymore. Vertex series, as you can see, you don't necessarily have to have done this in order to get past it anymore. Zenith series. Oh, here's another one that I need to wrap up. 98%. That must mean I only have one more race left in this one as well. So, yeah. So you need to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big box main career series to get to Endurance Legends. But I have a feeling once you get here, though, you should have any 10 lappers at Le Mans unlocked right away. That's my guess. Anyway, so that's that for Endurance Legends. I might in the future maybe post some 10 lapper videos. We'll see, just to see what kind of time you should be getting to take advantage of the 10 lapper big payout races. So anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.